We all have ideas. But what if I told you that the way we've been taught to capture them, in static notes and documents, is actually holding them back? In this explainer, we're going to dive into what it means to have an AI-ready idea. It's a totally new way of thinking that can turn our everyday notes into dynamic, intelligent assets that are ready to just take off in the age of AI. Does this look familiar? That feeling of just spinning your wheels, working hard, but not really getting anywhere? Yeah, you're not alone. This image pretty much sums up what happens when our ideas get trapped. For decades, honestly, our professional workflows have been built on tools that just lock our best thinking away, where it can't grow or evolve. In the root of this problem, as our source material points out, is our reliance on these static, paper-based standards. I mean, think about it. That final PDF you sent out last week, it's basically a fossil already. It's just a snapshot in time, it's a pain to update, a huge hassle to redistribute, and it's pretty much obsolete the second you create it.
Okay, so how do we break our ideas out of this prison of paper and pixels? Well, the first step is a really big shift in how we think. We need to move our ideas online into a native digital space where they can actually live and breathe and, well, evolve.
And this right here is what that solution looks like in action. It's called the idea delivery lifecycle. Now, instead of a straight line that leads to a dead-end document, this is a continuous loop. It kicks off with ideation, that initial spark. Then it moves to elaboration, where you flesh out the concept. But this next part, iteration, is absolutely crucial. It's where you get continuous feedback to make it better and better. And finally, you have presentation through these amazing, scalable web platforms. See, it's not a document, it's a living, breathing process. And the payoff for this shift is just incredible efficiency. Instead of being buried under a mountain of drafts, our ideas are free to grow. We can collaborate in real time, making thousands of meaningful improvements with, get this, less than a penny's worth of electricity. A tiny fraction of the energy it would take to reprint a single document. We're literally trading paper for progress. Now, just getting our ideas online was already a massive leap forward, but that was just setting the stage. Because recently, a new technology showed up, and it's acting like a supercharger for this entire process. And this is where things get truly transformative. This was the game changer. That whole web-native foundation we were just talking about, well, it turned out to be the perfect launchpad for the power of AI. Large language models, or LLMs, the tech behind tools like ChatGPT, got plugged right into these platforms. And suddenly we had the ability to not just store our ideas, but to actually talk to them, to question them, and even ask them to generate totally new insights. So let's just look at these two worlds side by side. On the left, you've got the old way, that slow, linear crawl from one static document to the next. But on the right, you have the new exponential model. Because our ideas are already in a structured web-first format, AI can instantly analyze them, update them, and distribute them everywhere. This isn't just a little bit faster, it's a completely different way of creating and sharing value. But with all this incredible new power comes a really critical question, one that every single professional has to be asking right now. Can we actually trust the machine? I mean, let's just be real for a second. Can you actually trust what an AI spits out? We've all heard the stories about AI hallucinations or confabulations. Basically, it just makes stuff up, but with total confidence. So how in the world do we sort the real facts from the fiction? Well, to tackle this trust issue, our source material proposes a brilliant idea, an AI nutrition label. It's a super simple framework for checking any AI-generated content. First, data provenance. Where did the AI get its information, and is it up to date? Second, known bias. Does the data it trained on have some kind of slant or agenda? And third, and this is the secret sauce, tests for counterfactuals. This just means checking the AI's claims against a trusted, human-authored source of truth. Can we actually verify what it's telling us? Now, to really get why this label is so important, we have to understand something from psychology called cognitive heuristics. These are basically the mental shortcuts our brains use to make quick judgments. We trust a website because it looks polished, or an article because a lot of people shared it. The problem is, AI can create perfectly polished, confident-sounding nonsense. Our old mental shortcuts just don't work anymore. This nutrition label gives us a new, much more reliable set of shortcuts for this new world. Okay, so how do we put all of this into practice? It's not just about using a few AI tools here and there. It's about fundamentally restructuring how we work to become AI ready. Let's take a look at what that really means. This image right here, it pretty much captures the entire strategy. We're moving from that isolated, unstructured piece of paper on the left to the connected, machine-readable web on the right. When our ideas are born digital, when they're structured as human-authored data from the very beginning, they become the perfect fuel for AI. And here's the most important part. That human-authored structure is our safety net. It's our ground truth. It provides those counterfactuals that let us instantly spot when an AI goes off the rails and starts making things up.
And this is the powerful result. When you combine AI with well-structured, reusable, AI-ready information, you unlock this incredible ability. You can dig up old, forgotten ideas, bring them up to date with new insights, and scale them globally, all at the press of a button. All that amazing value that was trapped on paper is finally set free.
So, as we wrap things up, I'll just leave you with this one thought. The potential of your ideas isn't linear anymore. It's exponential. The real question is, are the systems and workflows you use every single day ready to keep up?